had encountered the life of God. No one encountered the life of God and remained dead. There are many dead souls everywhere, even on the altar of God, all over the world. Dead souls. There are no life of God in them. There are many dead souls, children of God, all over the world. No life of God in them. There are many dead lives. There are many dead destinies. There are many dead glories. There are many dead talents everywhere, all over the world. And it takes a genuine encounter with the life of God from above. Genuine life was the light of man. In him was life, and the life was the light of man. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended not. Jesus carried the life of God to us. He was the first man here on earth that first encountered the life of God. And he jumped back out of the land of the dead to the land of the living. And he lived forever from that day. No man encounter the life of God and be stranded in the journey of life and destiny. No man carry the life of God and be a slave in the hands of the devil. No one carry the life of God and be a prey in the hands of his enemy or her enemies. Life of God back to us. Adam lost the life of God in him. If love lost the life of God in her, as since that day they became priests in the hands of their enemies. They became priests. Everything died immediately. They had the food. Their soul dead. Died immediately. Their life died immediately. Their destiny died immediately. Their original destiny died immediately. The glory that God gave to them died immediately. Their talent died immediately. But Jesus came and brought the life back to us. He came and brought the life back to us. So as men that are connected to Jesus, we surely encounter the life of God. And everything dead or died in Adam will be restored back to us. Genuine encounter with God's life from above. That is number one thing it takes. He said in him was life, and the life was the light of man. So if a man does not have the life of God, that man, his life is full of darkness. And no one lives in darkness can ever arrive his destination here on earth successfully. Because in the midst of darkness, you see fear. In the midst of darkness, you see confusion. In the midst of darkness, people stumble. Because you don't know where to turn to. In the midst of darkness, frustration without solution. In the midst of darkness. So it takes, number one thing, it takes genuine encounter with God's life from above. When you carry the life of God, when you encounter the life of God, devil is a dead devil. The dead devil fell from heaven. I carry life. Why didn't you kill me all this while? That woman from my father's house. Why did you kill me? He said, that was 2013. He said, anytime I come near you to kill you, I always see a light. I always see a light. I laughed. Don't you know I carry the life of God? No one carried the life of God and died like a chicken in the hands of his or her enemy. So therefore I pray, may the life of God possess your heart, possess your life now. May you encounter genuine life of God from above. Enough of hypocrisy. Enough, I'm a born again, and here you are a dead soul. Dead souls. Enough of I'm a born again, and here you carry dead destiny everywhere. You are born again, the glory has been buried. Enough of all these lies and deceit. Any man that claims to be born again without genuine life of God in him, anyone that is claiming, church, it is time to change. It is right time to change. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. You carry scatter, yet you carry dead soul everywhere. Your destiny remain dummy, not speaking. Nothing speaking your life. And you say you carry life. The devil is slapping you any time, any day. You're a man of God. Be on that preaching letters without life. You can't carry life and be preaching letters. You carry life. You speak light. You give light to the people that walk in the darkness. And no man, no dead soul can give light to those that are walking in the darkness of this world. No dead soul. That is why it is very easy for all the daughters of Jezebel